Hello everyone, we're back and this time we're working with Excel 2016 and we're going to be working with Module 1, which is getting started with Excel 2016. When we move over to page Excel 2, we're going to find a little bit about how we can use Excel, including entering our data quickly and accurately, recalculating data, and using what-if analysis. We can change the appearance of the information and we can create charts. We can share information and work with previous work. Okay, let's go ahead and at the top of page Excel 4, we're going to open up Excel. And you can see that when you first open up Excel, you have some options. You can work with recently used Excel workbooks. You can work with a new blank workbook, or you can work with some templates that they have available. We're going to open other workbooks and we're going to browse and find where we've kept our data files, and we're going to open up Excel 1-1. Okay, we're going to click on the next. We're going to click on the File tab, and we're going to Save As, and we're going to name it EX1-Project Leader Payroll Calculator. So we're going to browse to the location where we're going to save this file, and then we're going to name it EX1-Project Leader Payroll Calculator, and then we're going to choose Save. Right. Next, we're going to take a look around the Excel workbook. First of all, let's take and find the name box. So here's your name box up at the top left, just below your ribbon. And if you hover over it, you should see that a little tooltip window will pop up, and you can see that it is the name box. And you will see also that this name box gives you your location on the spreadsheet, also called worksheet. So moving around so you can see that the location is changing. Okay, now the other thing you're going to find in the worksheet is going to be the formula bar. So here's the formula bar, and there's some options you have in the formula bar. You can insert a function. You choose the enter checkbook and accept the value you have, and when you do that, you actually remain in that same cell, but it's accepted the value you have in the that you've typed in for your formula or text. You can also choose cancel to back out. So, all right, so that's your formula bar. In the worksheet window, so all of this is your worksheet window. The cell pointer, this is really important. So I want to show you how the cell pointer, so notice how the cell pointer looks now. Okay, we're going to now notice how the cell pointer looks, and we're going to, it changes again, it changes again, and again. So let's take a look at what each one of these means. So you can use this cell pointer to select items in your workbook. You can use this pointer to autofill down or across or even up. And this is you do not want to get this confused with your select. So this is autofill. Looks like a crosshair. And then there's another pointer. This is the the pointer you would use if you were going to move information in a cell. And let me just demonstrate. So see, I moved that information, so I'm going to move it back. And so this is the move cell pointer, and I'll show you the autofill. So if you autofill, it's copying what you've done across. So I'm going to remove that so we don't have erroneous data in our worksheet. Next, this pointer is the sizing pointer that you would use for columns. So you can change the column size. And then this pointer is the row sizing pointer. So you can use it to change the size of the row. Okay, you can tell which cell is active by looking at the bold border around that particular cell. And we're going to talk a little bit about another way we can see cell range in just a little bit, but right now let's just talk about the individual cell. You can also see, I'm going to select another cell. Notice I've got the select pointer selecting another cell. Not only do you have a border, a bold border, you have a little box at the bottom right. You see in the name box that cell is named. And you can see also that the column and the row for that particular cell is highlighted, and then where that intersects is the cell that's selected. So let me emphasize that again by selecting another cell. So I've selected another cell. It's D6. We can look in the name box and see that. We can also look and see the column D is highlighted and the row 6 is highlighted, and where they intersect is going to be cell D6. Okay, I'm going to come back up to the top and we're going to move down to the bottom, and this is a sheet tab. So right now we just have one sheet tab, but you can add more sheet tabs by adding a new sheet. So you can have more sheet tabs, and you can scroll around. You have a scroll button. Let's go back to sheet tab sheet 1. So that's the name. We're going to learn a little bit more about the sheet tabs later on. Okay, we can make use of scroll bars to scroll vertically and horizontally. So I'm going to actually move this over. There's a little button that you can move that over. And okay, you can check the mode indicator, which is over at the bottom left. In this case, we're in ready mode. Next, we want to select cell A4. We're in A4. I'm going to select B5, and notice the pointer for select is active. Then we're going to drag until we select down through B14. So B5 through B14. So we have now selected a range of cells. So remember we talked a little bit about range earlier. This is a range of cells. And that would be written. Let me just show you how that will be written. I'm going to come right over here and so you can see how that will be written. So it will be written as B5 colon B14. So that's the correct way to write a range. Okay. We're going to now check everything over on our figures and move on to the next page. And up at the top, we're going to click in cell E5. Okay, now we're going to take a look at some formulas. This formula is multiplying B5 times D5. And over in your book on the bottom of the opposite page, which is Excel 7, you're going to see some arithmetic operators that you can use in formulas. And this is making use of multiplication and the asterisk. So we're going to be creating a formula. Okay, this is very important for every formula and every function, they always begin with an equal sign. So I'm going to click in here. Let's take a look at this formula. Now look how you can easily see it's colored, so you can see B5 is in blue, D5 is in red. So you can easily find out which cells are being used in your formula. And I'm going to use the enter button to accept. Okay, we stayed in the same cell, but it's accepted what we have. So let's take a look at F5. So let's move over to F5. And what does every formula and function begin with? That's right, an equal. So we always want to begin every formula with using the equal. Okay, we're going to select this particular formula in the formula bar. All right, and what do we have here? We can see that we have two asterisks, and this asterisk will be used to make two different multiplications within this formula. But we also have making use of a parentheses. In an Excel formula, the parentheses is used to signify that we want to perform that operation first. So in this case, in this formula, what's going to happen first is that 2 times D5 will take place, and then the product of that will be multiplied with C5. This time we're multiplying 2 times 5 first, and then we're multiplying the overtime hours by the product of 2 times the hourly rate. So that gives us our overtime pay. We're going to press enter on the keyboard to accept. Okay, make sure you review the other items on page Excel 6 and take a look over at the figures and table on the opposite page. We're going to move next to Excel 8, page Excel 8. I'm going to next move to page Excel 8.